Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Hi, Karen. Hi, John. Hi, Laura. And Christina, our new intern. Nice to see you. And Roshan, too. Yay. And Melissa.
Hi, good to see you.
So good to see you. How are you?
I'm good. Very busy, but I've been good. Yeah.
So happy to hear that. I love our core team meetings. This is the first one that we've done since last year. We had our year-end campaign. It's been pretty busy. So I'm so glad we could do this and connect. I know we have a small group with us today, which I think is the best because we can make it very personal and connect with each other. And so I'm going to go ahead and get started. All right. So happy Thursday to everyone. Welcome to our core team meetings. If you're new, this is we used to do these monthly meetings for our volunteers and our core team, our program managers and directors and everybody who makes Autism Tree possible from a month-to-month basis. We go over all of our volunteer opportunities. So you get to learn all that's going on at Autism Tree and feel more connected to our community. So welcome. If you're new, I have a couple of Zoom rules for anybody that is new to joining us. Please mute yourself when you're not speaking. We recommend speaker view for presentation. Video sharing is optional, though I love to see all of your faces. Please type any questions or comments into the chat too. I will be leading our inspiration today. I kind of wanted to hijack it today because I have something special planned. So I'm really happy that each of you are with me today. Please make use of the chat. A couple of updates from Autism Tree. Since March of last year when shelter in place hit us, we have now reached over 548,000 people through our social media channels, which is amazing. I have an amazing group of interns that have been helping me daily and weekly updating our social media channels. We have everything now: Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. Everything is going on right now. So thank you to all of my interns and shout out to them for managing that. And thank you to everyone who has been following and posting and sharing all video content. Our posts have been shared over 938 times, which is amazing. We now have over 343 videos on our YouTube channel, which is incredible. So thank you to all of the volunteers because all of 292 of those videos have been submitted by volunteers since March 12th of last year. So we've grown a lot online and we expanded our online community. So thank you to everybody who has submitted amazing video content to keep everyone engaged and connected. It really means a lot to us. A couple of those video series, which I'll actually go over a little later, but if you want to get involved, our Reading with Autism Tree series we started for April, which is Autism Awareness Month. Last year, we started a Reading with Autism Tree series where our volunteers read a children's book to our kids. We've now posted 104 of those videos and reached over 44,000 people just through that series. We've also hosted 224 virtual events to date since last March, and we have 19 events coming up between now and the end of March. I can't believe we're already 1 year from when the pandemic started. It's not too far. Yeah, so thank you to everyone who has been following us and making it possible for us to keep doing our events for our kids and families. We wouldn't be doing them if they weren't well attended, and our families love it, and it's been really beneficial. And so thank you to everyone, all of our program managers, shout out to them for all the love that they have, the big hearts for our families. We're offering 19 out of our 20 programs, which is incredible. We've been able to pivot those, and that's all because of our volunteers. We could not do it without you. You guys are our lifeblood. So thank you, thank you. And like I mentioned, I'm doing the inspiration today. So I have a couple of things that I wanted to share with all of you. Okay, so I wanted to share. I don't know if any of you are into positive psychology, but I've been reading a lot of books during this time and trying to focus on being present and really how to make myself happier every day, and focused on being grateful. And I was really inspired yesterday by Peter Harris's Lunch and Learn. And if you haven't seen it, you should definitely go see it. It's on our YouTube channel. Peter was sharing his personal story and his journey and his struggles. And it really touched me when he said that how his wife, who had passed away, was teaching him or had taught him how to be grateful. And he also includes a lot of amazing tips that can help you, get through this challenging time. I know a lot of people feel like there's so much going on, and we do see a light at the end of the tunnel, but also there's a lot going on, of course. So I really was, after watching Peter's Lunch and Learn, I was felt so uplifted. And so I definitely recommend you watch it. But it reminded me of something that I read in a book. And I don't know if you've ever heard of Sean Aker, but he is a happiness researcher, and he did a TED Talk that has over 13 million views. And I think it's on happiness and work. And he recommends 3 or 5 daily happiness practices that I really wanted to practice with all of you today, because I'm trying to do these daily and I haven't done this today yet. So I think it'd be a great opportunity to do this with all of you, and hopefully you'll get something out of it and maybe implement some of these, and it'll help you each day too. So those 5 things are writing down 3 things that you're grateful for, taking 2 minutes to write about one positive experience that you've had over the past 24 hours, meditating daily for 2 minutes, doing a random act of kindness over the course of each day, and then exercising for 15 minutes. So we're going to do a little bit of each one. So the first one is write down three things you're grateful for in the chat. And he made a note that there's you try to do something like 3 different things every single day, so they're not repeating. So you try to look for new things every day. So I encourage you to get really creative. Please write 3 things in the chat right now, of what you are grateful for. I'm going to say and share mine as an example. I'm really grateful for this new video series that I found on YouTube, and it's through NPR, and it's called Tiny Desk Concerts. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but I'm a huge fan of them. I just started watching them, and they've been doing COVID versions, but also before pre-COVID. It's artists and musicians who sing songs like live bands, and it like brings me back into the feel of what it's like to be at a concert. And of course, music just is so the best way to lift your spirits, I feel like, every day. So that's something that I'm grateful for. Another thing is face masks, which I'm doing almost at least every week, just as a little self-care ritual. So I'm really grateful that I have those and to take those times. Also, great smelling candles, which really help me calm my nerves. And then one more thing that I'm grateful for is being able to go outside and still do hikes in different areas around San Diego. That's definitely one of my favorite things to do to stay active. So those are 3 things. I love it. Type it in the chat. All right. So I'm going to have everybody share after we do the rest of the steps. So thanks for typing in the chat. Step 2, write down a positive experience you've had in the past 24 hours. And if you didn't have a good 24 hours, it could be within the last week, or in the last month, or in the last year. Whatever is a really positive experience that happened to you, it could be big or small. I want you to take 2 minutes to write that down. And I'll set a timer for 2 minutes. And in the meantime, you can look at this cute picture of puppies and kittens that I found. And you can feel free to share this in the chat, or you can keep it to yourself and just write it down. Okay. It's been about 2 minutes. 15 seconds left. Okay. Step 3, doing a meditation for 2 minutes. I literally typed this into YouTube and found an exact 2-minute meditation that I thought was perfect. It was by the School of Life, which is a really cool channel if you're ever looking for a new channel to watch. So we're going to do this 2-minute meditation together. You can keep your camera on or off, doesn't matter. I'm going to close my eyes so I can really focus, but let's do this together.
So long since you've been at peace. You used to know how to come here as a child. It's a place in your head. Focus on the water. It's to keep wanting more. This spot isn't glamorous. It's what's all around when we focus. This planet exists amidst noise. It'll always be here. waiting for you when you need it.
All right. The next step is doing a random act of kindness. So they said you can do this anytime throughout the day, and you can email, maybe send a kind email to somebody to show your appreciation. I think texting is something that we can all do. If you have your phone, please take it out and send a text to somebody, a loved one, a friend, somebody maybe that you don't know very well yet, but you want to get to know, and so anything that they did something special for you, or you just want to recognize how awesome of a person they are. Let's take 1 minute to send a text message or email to someone to spread some kindness today. Okay. And last step is exercising, and I'm not going to make you exercise, but we can set an intention for how we can exercise today if you haven't, or you can share in the chat if you've already exercised today. So I wanted to ask you, how do you like to get active? I love to, like I mentioned before, do hikes, also going on walks. I'm very grateful to live near the beach, so I can walk by the beach and bay. So set an intention today, if you haven't been active yet, to do something a little bit active and get outside. All right. So now it's time to share. I want to hear from each of you. And I would love for any of you to unmute yourselves and share one of these, 5 things, or you can share multiple if you're open to it. I know you did type some in the chat. I can read some of those, but I'd really love to open up the platform right now for anybody to unmute themselves and share whatever you want to share with us. Who wants to go first?
I can go. So I shared in the chat about that I'm grateful for my education and graduating, getting my bachelor's degree in May. I'm very grateful for that. For my dad, who is like my best friend, and for being able to watch the sunset from my apartment balcony. And something positive that happened this week is I got to have like a game night with all my roommates. There's 5 of us, so it's a pretty full house. So it's really nice when we all get the time to get together and just laugh and have fun and relieve some stress that way. And I have a few different things like to exercise by. I like to go off of like YouTube videos. I like to do yoga a lot or go on long walks with a good podcast.
Love it. Thank you, Melissa.
You're welcome.
For any of you who don't know, Melissa went to USD, and when she was an intern at Autism Tree. for, I think, about a year. Was it a year or was it only 6 months? Was it a year?
Between 6 months and a year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a long time.
Yeah.
She also did our art program for our kids and volunteered, and you were a rock star volunteer, Melissa. So thanks for sharing. We miss you. I'm glad you came on the call today.
Yes, me too.
Okay, does anybody else want to join and chime in?
I thought I would share.
Great.
My daughter and I were being very creative yesterday with me exercising. So she rode the horses in the round pen and chased me around like I was a cow.
I love it. That's so silly. It's so important to play,
Mhm.
and as adults. So I love that. It's very creative, and it's a good way to get active too, I guess, in at home. Thanks for sharing, Laura. Does anybody else want to chime in? Okay, I'm going to read a couple of things. Okay, so Roshan was on here a little bit while ago, and he's a new intern. And he said he's grateful for music, his family and friends, and being here. And he got his driver's license, which is very cool. Congratulations, Roshan. Let's see. Karen says Lunch and Learn with Peter Harris was so awesome. I pray for him every day, and I was so blessed to hear how blessed he is. I agree, Karen. She also said, I ride my recumbent bike every day for 1 hour. Amazing. That's a great way to stay active. And Christina, our new intern, said, I'm grateful for the gorgeous weather we've been having. It's a good one. Being able to catch up with my friends virtually and picking vegetables out in my classroom's garden. Oh, we used to have a food and farming program where we would take our kids and families out to Wild Willow Farm, which is in South Bay, and we would get down and dirty in the dirt and plant seeds and pick vegetables, and then we would make lunch with the fresh produce on the farm. So I miss those days. I look forward to the future when we can start that back up again. But in the meantime, I love the idea of starting your own home garden, which we do have videos on our YouTube channel. If you want to start your own, we've got lots of tips like that. All right. Well, thanks to everyone who shared. I'm going to go ahead and keep moving forward. And I'm also going to include all of your answers in the recap email that we send after our core team meeting. Okay, a few ongoing virtual volunteer opportunities. Our Read with Autism Tree series that I had mentioned before, reading your favorite children's books to HPF kids. These are a few standout videos. Shout out to EO and Christina who did these videos for us. This is a really easy way to stay connected to our kids. There are still so many books that are available to be read online. You can find lists of publishers who allow their books to be shared online and recorded. You can just Google it. We also have, you could reach out to me and I could send you a list. But this is a really fun one. If you have a favorite children's book, you can hold it up, or you can record your voice and flip through the pages. You can get creative with it, but we like to see everybody's faces and their big smiles, and everybody has different reading styles too. So I love the really animated ones. So shout out to all of our community partners like Boys Team Charity, the National Charity League, Madcaps. They have submitted so many different Reading with Autism Tree videos, and I love seeing them. We have a whole playlist on our YouTube channel. So if you ever have time, you can always go to that and see a couple as an example. this is a really fun one. And usually the books, you know, they range from anywhere to like 3 minutes, really short ones, to like 15 minutes if you want to do a long one, but it's totally up to you. You can reach out to me to get more information about how to join this video series. We also have our HPF at Home series, which I love. You can share your favorite activities and hobbies with our families. So these videos typically range from like 1 to 5 minutes. So we like to keep them short and sweet, but you can do longer if you want, if the activity requires a little bit more depth and instruction. We're open to that as well. We post all of these on our YouTube channel as well, and they have their own playlist. Here are a couple that we've already had I outlined that our team has done. A lot of our volunteers have submitted these, and we're open. This is really an easy and fun way to get creative and very personalized. Personalize it towards what you love to do and what you want to share, because I love seeing that passion come alive in our volunteers when they're interacting with our families. So a couple ideas I outlined. You could play an instrument. Maybe you can play a little snippet of a song that you love. Teach a dance routine if you love dance. Maybe bake a cake if you're a baker, or cook. Show how to cook a meal, really simple meal. You could teach us how to train your pet. And we could watch your pet doing tricks. I love that idea. Get your animals involved. I know a lot of people have gotten animals during shelter in place because they're at home all the time. So it's a great therapeutic way as well. Planning a scavenger hunt and maybe going on a scavenger hunt and showing that via video. You could make a candle, do Rubik's Cubes if you're passionate about Rubik's Cubes, or if you're bilingual, you can teach common phrases of a new language. We just love to hear you know, what you're passionate about and what you want to share with our families. So we want to continue doing these videos on a daily and weekly basis. It has been submitted through Dropbox is where you can upload the video. So it doesn't matter how large the video file is, we can make it work. And we have been doing these on a weekly basis since last March. So it's been incredible, the response that we've gotten from all of our volunteers. This is definitely a really fun way to get involved at Autism Tree. So that's another one. And then finally, we have our HPF Adaptive Art program, which is started by our program assistant, Alexa, and she was receiving a lot of feedback from our families that they wanted to do art. So we started this monthly adaptive arts program, and it's sustained by volunteers and interns like you. So we do this once a month. If you decide to host an art workshop for us, it's a great way to interact directly with our kids and families. You just send us let me know if you're interested. You can send us a list of materials that are required with the activity that you preferred on doing. And then we set up a date that works for the both of us, and you can host the workshop with our families. So it's really fun way. We definitely want to schedule these out once a month for the rest of the year, and we still have a lot of openings for the year. So if you're interested, please reach out to me. Shout out to Melissa for doing one, and our other intern, Morgan, and then also Isabel Kaplan did our first one, and Isabel actually founded our HPF Girls Summer Art Camp. She was with the National Charity League, and we do an art camp every August, every Saturday in August, and we do a different craft with our NCL and HPF girls. And Isabel was the one who founded that program. So it just felt right for her to start this adaptive art program off as the first workshop too. So all of these are really fun, and it's been a big hit with our families. So let me know if you want to get involved. A few program highlights from the past month and upcoming events. Our HPF book club, I definitely recommend if you want to stay connected. you can attend our core team meetings, but also attend our book clubs. We want to see more volunteers at our book clubs. They're so much fun. It was started by Danielle Levy. She's an amazing volunteer and the daughter of Dr. Michael Levy, who was a founding board member and the chief of pediatric neurosurgery at Rady's. And Danielle is as brilliant as her father and loves reading. She's an avid reader and reading books of all kinds. So she chooses the book, and we do these monthly. Our next one will be March 20th, and we're reading Calypso by David Sedaris. So if you're interested, I can send you a link on where to purchase the book. And then it's actually for fun for anybody. You don't even have to finish reading the book. Danielle does an amazing job going over the reflections and the themes of the book. She does a whole presentation at the beginning, and then she does a little, Q&A, and you get to discuss after her presentation. So this is a really great way to get to know some of our other community members and bond if you're a book lover. Next, we have our HPF PLNU Men's Soccer Player Mentor Program, our virtual meet and greet. We were so happy to create this program and pivot it to be virtual. We partner with the Point Loma Nazarene University's men's soccer team, and they are amazing with our kids. And we would typically, in the past, pre-COVID, we would go out and watch one of their soccer games and then go on the field, and the kids and players would play, soccer together on the field. It was really fun, and we would usually do some sort of pizza party. But now we are doing this virtually. So we're still pairing our kids and families with the player mentors. They're so awesome. So we were able to do the meet and greet in January, and we're looking forward to our next event with them sometime in March. Our HBF virtual musical play group is for younger kiddos of around age 2 to 7. It's great for kiddos who are new to Autism Tree, families who are new to Autism Tree, who have kids who are newly diagnosed, or if you just love music. We always need volunteers for our virtual events. So our musical play group is run by a community partner, the Music Therapy Center of California. They are incredible. Their Miss Angie runs these monthly musical play groups for us, and it's really fun. We learn interaction, communication, social skills. They sing songs. If you have any instruments, they actually can send instructions on how you can create your own instruments at home that you can use during these musical play groups. So it's very fun, run by a board certified music therapist. So I really encourage you, this is a fun one to do, to see all of our little kids engage on Zoom. We also have our HPF coding camp, which has been a huge hit for our preteens and teens. Thanks to Ann Lynn and Hannah Zhang, they're sisters, and they're both brilliant. Ann Lynn goes to Princeton, and Hannah just got accepted into MIT, which is incredible. And they're so great with our teens doing this coding camp. So they teach them how to code online, and it's for ages 12 plus. They tackle computer science problem solving. They have the curriculum is based off of code.org. So if you want to look into that, you can. That's a great way to be prepared for these workshops, but we do hold them. We try to hold them monthly as well. Our next one will be March 6th at 10:30 a.m. So if you're interested in coding, this is a great one to sign up for. Next, we have our Girls in STEM workshops, also science related, if you're really passionate about that. Our Girls in STEM workshops are run by Michelle and Gianna and their friends from Canyon Crest Academy, and they are all so amazing with our girls. So this is a girls only event. Typically we have, a couple teens that sign up, and they do lots of different girls in STEM activities. So marshmallow catapults, and they do some coding as well. Or right here, they did these like math little worksheets that create a picture. So they get really creative with it, and it's using different easy supplies that you can find around the house. So anybody can join. So these are really fun if you want to do these. Our next one will be February 27th. It'll be this Saturday at 2 p.m. Let me know if you want to volunteer. Another girls only event is our partnership with the National Charity League that we've had a partnership with them over 10 years, since 2008 or 2009, I believe. And we are throwing we did throw a virtual Valentine's Day party on February 13th. So that was super fun. Our NCL moms and daughters are amazing. Big shout out to them. They create these little Valentine's Day craft baskets for our girls that we were able to drop off at their houses so they can decorate cookies and make little, bracelets and just kind of enjoy each other's company, doing a shared activity. So we partner our HPF girls with every girl with an NCL girl. So they get to do fun things, girls only activities, making lip gloss, making Valentine hearts. Our next event, we do these about monthly, once a month. And then we have that summer art camp, like I mentioned, in August, where we have 4 events. Our next one will be around Mother's Day. So we're going to do a craft party and make something really special for our moms. So that'll be in May. If you want to sign up, you can let me know. And then another shout out to a volunteer, Annika Toulouse. She does our kids' fitness workshops if you like to get active or want to get active on a Saturday morning. She does these for our kids. Our last one was in February, and now we're going to have our next one in March 13th. It's very simple exercises. You don't have to have different exercise things. She uses like water bottles and chairs to do different exercises. So these are really fun for our kids. They're simple enough for the kids to do and basically just get them active during the morning. So this is a really fun one as well. I encourage you to sign up. Then we have our HPF Teen Time. I really love our interns. I had my intern, Kylie, from the University of Oregon. She did her internship with us last semester, and she loved it so much that she wants to do teen events for our teens. So she planned 4 different teen events within this past month, and the last one will be March 1st. But they happen on Fridays at 3 p.m. Our next one is going to be our virtual college readiness workshop, which is happening tomorrow at 3 p.m. But they did do a cultures day, which is really cool. So there's different themes that they do together, and it's basically for our teens to get together and socialize, have a different topic of discussion. We did a mindfulness workshop, which was really cool. And they get to discuss with each other, and Kylie and her other psychology students, she's a psych major, were able to lead it for our teens. So thanks to Kylie and her awesome friends for organizing these for our teens. Next, we have our virtual Lego therapy group, which we also do once a month, led by Santana Getz, who's amazing. So Legos are very fun if you love Legos. Our next one will be in March. Our kids love it. Most of them have Legos at home already. So we've done Lego bingo and different Lego themed games for the kids, which is super fun as well. So if you are into Legos, I recommend you sign up. Next, our Lunch and Learns. I think everybody who's on here might have been to a lunch and learn before. And if you haven't, please come. It's so much fun. I love our lunch and learns. They're so special. Every single week, we've been hosting these since shelter in place. And it's really a unique piece of Autism Tree history every single week. We feature a different guest speaker every week, and they speak about something different that's so personal to them. We started these just as a way to give our parents stay-at-home strategies and creative ideas on how to cope, and inspire them, on a daily basis to get through this, difficult time. So every single one has been so unique and so inspiring in their own way. And we record all of these and put them on our YouTube channel. I like to see it as a piece of Autism Tree history. And you start to see the whole big picture of the people who have made up Autism Tree throughout these last 16 years. So I really love it. I think Dana Hoff, our co-founder and volunteer executive director, and I host it each week. So it's very special. I recommend you, that's another great way to feel connected to our community and really learn about the people who have made up Autism Tree all these years and made it possible to do what we do. Okay, next one. Our HPF virtual adaptive dance classes are so much fun. We love our partnership with Tap Fever Studios and Larissa Hall, who is the founder of Tap Fever. We started these, I think, 2 years ago now in July of 2019. And Larissa has been doing them weekly ever since for our kids and families, which is amazing. It's just a fun way to, they're doing them on Zoom each week. They do offer in person too, but it's completely optional for the kids and families. So these are really fun to volunteer for as well. And Larissa and her staff member, Danny, are the ones who host these weekly dance classes. And they're super simple dance instructions. You don't have to be a dance expert. Obviously, it's for our kids. We do 2 age groups. So we do 5 through 10 and then 11 through 16. So if you're interested, our next one is this Saturday, February 27th, for ages 11 through 16. And they're super fun. Next, we have our virtual Hearts and Hoops therapy workshop. I just saw Melissa Sargent today. I was so happy to see her in person. I'm so grateful to have seen her. She is the founder of Hearts and Hooves Therapy, based out of Ramona, and she is incredible and is an amazing community partner. Has also done a lunch and learn if you want to learn more about her and her ranch. And the different animals that she has on her farm. She does animal therapy, specifically mini horse therapy with a lot of our kids and families. So she started these Hearts and Hooves therapy workshops for our kids. We used to go over to her ranch in person, and they would pair, every kid would be paired with a mini horse and a handler to help guide them and learn different grooming techniques and that type of thing. These online workshops are very educational based, which is what I love about them. You get to learn about the animals, the different body parts of the animals, how to be safe around them and interact with them safely. Melissa does an awesome job. Also, shout out to One for One Foundation, who have made it possible for us to do these workshops. They sponsor Melissa and our workshops, our kids and families, for us to do these. So thank you to One for One Foundation. And these are really fun. You get to see, we play games too. They play educational games like Bingo too. And it's very fun to see the different animals. And they have a special guest coming up in their next one. So tune in. It's a surprise. I don't want to give it away, but it's really fun. Yeah. Okay. Those are most of our events that we have coming up between now and the end of March. We'll have another core team meeting. So that's a lot of the opportunities that we have coming up if you want to volunteer for any of them. We like to end our core team meetings by discussing how much it costs per month to run Autism Tree and keep our doors open. This includes 2 staff. I am the only full-time employee, and then we have a part-time CFO and my part-time program assistant, so that is 2. And then we also have our rent, insurance, our 20 free programs and services, and right now our preschool screenings are paused because of COVID, but that used to be a part of our total cost as well. So on average, it costs $15,000 to $20,000 per month to run Autism Tree, specifically during shelter in place. This is adjusted. It used to be more before COVID. So we are, saving money, I guess, through COVID, but it still costs that much per month to run Autism Tree and all that we do. So we are so grateful to everybody who has made it possible through individual donations for us to continue doing all these free virtual events. We did over 201 virtual events last year. To date, today we have raised in 2021, we have raised over $36,586. And then that's only about 10% of our operating budget. So because of all of our generous grantors and individual donors, we're able to do all that we do. So I want to thank you to all of our supporters. We're going to do a big thank you to our program managers as well, who volunteer their time in order to do these events for us. So special thank you to all of those who are keeping us going. And like I said, our volunteers are our lifeblood. So thank you to each of you for tuning in today. And I'd love to open it up to anybody who wants to share anything. And I also want to take a group picture too. So I'm going to go full screen. Awesome. If you like to turn on your camera, it's optional, though I'd love to see you. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay. All right. Well, hope you all have a fantastic Thursday night. I'm so grateful to have all of this time with you, and I'm so happy to see all of the comments that you put in the chat bar, and just know that we're so grateful for your hearts for our families. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks, Rebecca. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Bye.